Hey everybody, I have a message to share and I was guided to this specific deck. So if you could just check in with me, let's ask our angels, saints, ancestors, and guides into our space to provide love and divine messages for our highest and greatest good. There's truth that needs to be revealed at this moment. I just ask that you tap in and let me know you're here and present to receive the message. You can connect and say yes to receive or just allow, and you can also like, share, and comment or subscribe to support the channel. I appreciate y'all. All right, let's just freshen these cards up a little bit. So if this doesn't resonate for you, just leave it. It's for somebody else, okay? And if it's not for you, maybe the next one is. But I have someone in energy of regret. I feel like there's past memories and past love and past situations that this person is going through at this time. Like it's heavy on the it's heavy on their energy. They're feeling very clouded. The sense of like their emotions are heavy, and they may be having a hard time dealing with a situation. I feel like there is missing you energy and there is some self-sabotage here, and it has something to do with someone, you know, reminiscing about the past. Okay. Let's see. Thank you, sir. All right. First card out is retreat. Getting away, growth, traveling, as well as having new experiences. There is a need to relax, retreat, step back, and trust your guides through this process. What you don't see behind you, maybe bottom of the deck energy, is water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I feel like there's nothing that you really need to do about what's transpired in the past. You're not the one maybe in regret or feeling like you're reliving it again. I feel like whoever was on the other side here is going through that process now. I believe you've been through this process and you're on the other side. That's why your spiritual team is like, there's really nothing for you to worry about. They want you to focus on the present moment and getting out in nature, traveling, and having new experiences. There's a need to trust the process. Okay. Thank you. Okay. I feel like, yeah, focus on what you do want, not what you don't want with the dreams. You could be receiving a lot of information, visions. Your imagination might be picking up. You might be getting like clairvoyant messages. I feel like you receive a lot of messages in the dreams. Okay. But I'm also getting like someone might be connecting with you. There could be a message on its way to you. I feel like it could be someone who you might find out, maybe it's in way of a confirmation that, you know, there was some sort of energy that doesn't want to let go of you. And I feel like they may have created elsewhere. There's something that has to do with a pregnancy or wanting something new with somebody. All right, so maybe there's a child on the way or something had to do with pregnancy here. Okay, and then there's a marriage here. Okay, or a forever commitment, and then there's money. So what I'm getting is you're going to find out the truth about someone who's still holding on to your energy, but you're no longer with them. Okay, they may have gotten someone pregnant. You may have had a relationship with them, or they went and married somebody, okay, or had a forever commitment for the intention of money and finances. So someone married somebody for money is what I'm getting. And lust. Okay, or maybe this couple did things for money. All right, so we'll get more on this. I feel like, you know, it's as a result of some inner childhood wounds playing out here. Maybe not feeling enough and having to kind of like seek outside validation. There's something about Gemini energy. Someone settling for less than. Someone, yeah, someone's always on the prowl. Someone's always lurking. Someone's always scheming. Someone's always like never satisfied where they're at. They have this like unusual desire for things and they can't help it. And I feel like it has something to do with lust and physical love and temptation and all the pleasures and thrills. Okay. I feel like this person is never going to be happy with anybody because they're not happy with themselves. Okay. So as a result of that, there's this like settling. Okay. Because I feel like this is a priority over something that would be the opposite. So it's like putting on a front, I'm getting. And I feel like, you know, there's something related here. We'll see what that's all about. Okay. Yeah, look at, someone was settling. Okay. They're looking elsewhere outside the dynamic that you might have had with them. I feel like there's deception, dishonesty, and someone getting caught up. So I feel like the situation has flipped. And so that's why there's nothing for you to do. Okay, I feel like they will reveal themselves. There's nothing for you to do. Okay, except for just step back and get out of the way. Look at, they're revealing themselves. They tell on themselves. Okay, they're not getting along. They're fighting. They're arguing. They're confused on how to move forward. So someone has deceived someone. There's no like honor among thieves here. So I feel like someone's learning that. Right? And there's that fear card. Someone fears the truth coming out about what's been going on. Someone's overthinking. Someone's feeling like their lies are coming out. Yeah, look at, their lies are coming out. I haven't even flipped this over. Secrets, wearing a mask. Okay, someone's pretending to be something that they're not. All right, there's a lot of like holding back. All right. Let me know if that anyone looks familiar. And then there's, again, family, little baby shoes. All right. So there could be like a false pregnancy here, or someone saying it was someone else's baby. Okay, is what I'm getting. Someone's extremely jealous. It could be a masculine or a feminine. I'm getting a feminine masculine is jealous and envious, and they're watching. They're stalking. Yeah, look at. Yeah, I feel like there's some sort of like, they chased physical passion. They chased, you know, intimacy. Okay. Or they could be longing to be with you again in some way. They could be trying to create something here. What's this? Yeah, they might be using some sort of meditation practices here. I feel like you have a strong intuition. Look at past memories, past love, nostalgic. Someone could be looking at old photos. Someone might want to try to connect to you through frequency. So just kind of watch your P's and Q's here. There might be some sort of like offer coming your way. Okay. Like a love offer on the table. What's this? Who's this love offer? Someone wants you to compromise, or there might need to be compromise here. Somebody wants to come back together and they want to seduce you. Okay. Because they can't let go of you. Okay. They don't want you to move on. And so they want to cling on to you, and they're going to use any way they possibly can to do this. And so this is like a heads up. Right? This person wants you to compromise. They want access to your finances because I'm feeling like they're in a situation. I feel like it's a toxic situation, right? I feel like it has something to do with this family dynamic that they're in. And I feel like they're wanting to escape this. They're in some sort of fear. They realize like you're chilling and enjoying your life, and they're in fear. So they're like, okay, it looks much better wherever they are. So I feel like they want to kind of switch sides. This person's a traitor. Okay. They pick sides. They go based on like where it's best for them, right? Yeah, let's see what else we get. There's competition here, okay? I feel like this person competes with whoever they're with, and I would say they've been put in competition and they don't like it, or they put whoever they chose over you in competition because that's a pattern. So there's something up with competition here, and I feel like it's, maybe some unresolved childhood wounds here. Okay, maybe this energy here may like to compete, like she or he could be like a Jezebel or incubus, succubus type energy, like some sort of dark attachment that likes to like siphon and steal energy for the sake of their own purpose, okay? So this could be like someone who like shapeshifts, hides behind a mask, likes to have many opportunities to harvest like chaos magic, stuff like that. They're used to having to compete and go after things ruthlessly is what I'm getting. They don't care how they impact other people. I'm like getting a lot of additional info here. All right, I feel like there could have been some relationship dynamics here that I'm getting like from a lust perspective. I feel like somebody went after a thrill or some sort of like yeah, there's secrets with this. Yeah, I feel like that's what's being held back, is maybe some information regarding this. All right, that's not for everybody. Or it just could be like a secret rendezvous or some sort of like, side interest or situationship, or just feeling like maybe in a friend dynamic it's complicated. I don't know. I feel like there's like this interesting situation here. Big decision, heavy thinking. There's contemplation here. Yeah, I feel like somebody's looking around to see what the better option is. I feel like that's this energy. Okay, maybe they're not liking the situation they're in, and they feel like they're settling for less. And so now they're contemplating a move. Okay, there could have been a comparison here, right? So I feel like they got what they wanted with being in an environment and dynamic that was surrounded by temptation, physical love, and lust. Whereas they also had to gain the perspective of what true love is, what soulmate energy is, and what is honest and loyal. I feel like they're not the same. I feel like someone is learning the difference. And now they're having a big decision to make because they feel like, they settled for less here. That's kind of what they're getting at. They settled for temptation and lust. Okay, so there's a bit of having to think about like, well, how did I end up in this situation? This isn't working out for me. It's working out much better over there. They're happy. They're glad. They're living their best life without me. Now I feel like I settled. Okay, I settled for the wrong one. That's what I'm getting. I'm picking up like this person, thinks that they're like a bunch of shoes at the store, and you can just go pick out the shoes you want. Like, no, these are actually people. They have feelings, they have emotions, they have, someone has a crush on you, whoever that is. Someone's watching secretly. All right. Okay, I feel like they're watching secretly and they're in regret. They sabotaged the situation with you from all their lies, deception, betrayal. Nothing, you can't trust anything that comes out of their mouth. Okay, I feel like you are deserving of someone who's going to show up and be a real member of a family and not be afraid. Okay, we don't have space for cowards. Okay, feminine or masculine. I feel like it's either you show up or you don't, right? Pick one. Okay, I feel like someone's fearing someone of a real caliber showing up in your life in some way. That could be feminine or masculine. There's some karmic lessons playing out here. I feel like you learned what you needed to learn. I feel like there's energy here still out for themselves, still doing it based on like, you know, they're still needing to learn their karmic lesson is my point. Okay. Karmic lessons playing out here. All right. Yeah, look at still. Someone is jealous, watching twin flame energy for some of you, not all of you. Okay. All right. So I feel like you're going to have a new beginning as well, potentially with a twin flame. All right. So there's something that you're meant to create here. And I'm also getting like a birth of a new life is coming. Okay. I feel like, you know, this message has been received. Okay. So it's kind of like if you're on the twin flame journey, then this will speak to you. It's like you went through this so that you could heal from things, so that, you know, when your mission is here, you're activated, you're in your purpose, you've overcome these things. You've healed the inner childhood wounds and you've paid back the karmic debt. So I feel like you realizing that you're enough and no competition is really competition was something you needed to learn, especially if you're on like a twin flame journey here. All right. Like you don't care if people envy or jealousy of you, because that's the facade, is that like they're projecting this. And so from a twin flame perspective, it's like you reflect back, you're the mirror, right? And so like you might be attracting someone to mirror things for you so that you can heal them. Okay. So I feel like that's how some of these lessons got resolved. Okay. So let's get some more info. Okay, someone has a lot to say, I feel like, about what's been going on behind the scenes. I feel like their friends are not loyal if they think that they have loyal friends. They don't. People know what's going on and people will talk. Okay, I feel like you've moved on. You learned the lessons. And here's the thing, like, for many of us, including myself, like, there's nothing that you need to hear or know about any of the situations that went on behind your back, because it didn't involve you and it's none of your business and you don't care. Like, you've already moved on from this. Okay, so there's that mirroring card. Yeah, I feel like someone may want you to see clearly about something, or they want their point of view to be conveyed. And the reasons why they did what they did. Here's the thing though, none of that matters. They did it, right? It's already done. There's no changing what's already been done, right? I feel like you're focused on the future. You're focused on, like, you've released this, you've moved on, right? You've made your wishes, you're letting go, and you're trusting your angels. This is what you should release in this full moon energy here. I feel like focusing on happiness, enjoyment, having security, that's what you're worried about. All right, you're trying to be better than you were yesterday, and they're trying to be better than everybody else. Like, you're not competing with them when you don't compare. All right, and that is a result of like inner childhood healing, right? Like, you're not going to operate from your wounds because you've worked on this, and so you can have no shame in your game. Okay. You have come to like completeness on that. Let's see here. I feel like someone may have options when it comes to love, or someone made an option or is exploring their sexual options here. Okay. And I feel like there's maybe energy that wants a fresh start, a new beginning, maybe taking a leap of faith here. I feel like somebody wants to come running towards you. This would be that chase or runner dynamic. Or they're afraid. It's almost like they want to tell you what's going on so that they can make whoever wants to come running towards you look bad. So there's a motive over here. Okay. Whoever they're messing around with, okay, they are trying to run away from them and run towards you, okay? But this came in reverse. So it's like, whatever they have to say about whatever's been going on, their intentions is to backstab this person or this energy. Okay. So again, like I said, like no information from the past is going to really change anything. So use your discretion to know if you want to hear it at all, because it's your free will choice. Yeah, I feel like you see this for what it is. You see that people are experiencing their personal lessons now, and you know, they're gaining a new perspective here, which is needed, very much needed. Yeah, I'm just gonna pull from the Pretty Blunt deck here and see what we got. All right, let's see. Commitment, marriage, soulmate energy, sharing goals, and having long-term happiness. This is what we're focusing on. Yeah, buddy. However, I feel like the past no longer triggers you because you no longer have any emotion around it. And then I'm also getting like someone is triggered. All right, because there's this like, am I taking these in reverse? No. All right, there's some sort of like childhood wounds, flashbacks that are going on. All right, ready to explore, and someone's been caught in the act. So there's a lot of things that's triggering somebody at this time. And then I also have you like went through this transformation and you've been devoted. You're happy, you're feeling complete. Okay, so continue to remember that like you've been through your process and now they're going through their process. Okay, so this is the status of that process. Okay, someone feels like they want to have some sort of phone call, unexpected visit, knock, ride by the house even. I feel like someone is trying to, I guess, get rid of some screenshots, some proof. I feel like maybe cleaning out their phone of maybe what's been going on the past 3 years, so that if they do come to you and you want to see their phone, it's almost like they want to clean out. It's almost like they want to show up and like come clean, but there's proof. Like they can't hide what's been done. It's almost like they may also feel like they've been rejected or thrown out. But I feel like there's proof of whatever's been going on. Yeah, okay. Okay, and then we have fall time frame. Someone is very closed off. They have anxiety. I feel like they're refusing to give in a situation. Okay, you might have separated around fall. I feel like there's a lot of someone being very guarded. Okay, they're really defensive. Okay, so their fight or flight's really been kicked off, and then I have a blocked heart chakra. I feel like there's no contact, or someone is being left behind, or very cold. Maybe somebody thought that you wouldn't be gone forever. They played mind games. They string people along. I feel like you made the decision, okay, to leave this behind. I feel like they've been playing a game the whole time, and it's a game you're not playing, right? Like, this person entertains options and plays games with people, right? And this heart chakra is blocked. And so someone took advantage. Someone was playing with someone else's feelings, entertaining options again. Like someone dealing with some sort of addictions. Maybe this is something that is coming to light here. Yeah, there's someone who's putting on a front, wearing a mask. Weird behavior. I'm getting someone's displaying weird behavior. Like creepy, like there's this cringe creepiness energy, water sign energy, okay, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, landing over on the screenshots, proof, throwing out memories, okay? And then I have someone's inspired by you. Maybe there's some telepathic love here. And this is confirming the secret admirer, all right? So that's double secret admirer energy, okay? Okay. Fire signs, regrets. Someone is blaming everybody else, or someone's being blamed for something now. They're guilty and they're feeling ashamed. Okay, so I feel like the tea has been spilt. Springtime, okay? I feel like letting you know that someone appreciates you, expresses gratitude. I feel like you might be hearing from somebody or hearing about something soon, some good news. I feel like you're showing up as someone who's a leader, not a follower. You have healed yourself and are helping to heal others potentially. And then there's empath energy. Okay, and then we have, you know, emotions running high. Maybe someone's got in and out energy, like coming and going. Feeling like there's waves of emotions. They may not be yours. You could be picking up on this energy's waves of emotions. So just kind of do what you can. Someone's furious with rage, and they're like wanting to light it up. They've built up emotions, right? I was saying like someone has heavy emotions right now. And they're feeling very angry and they're overwhelmed. They're confused, they're lost, they're feeling empty, and they're wanting to run away from a situation. Okay, so I feel like they've been contemplating on whether to run back towards, you know, some of you. This could be friends, family, coworkers. I mean, there even could be like evidence against this person. There could be issues when it comes to like law enforcement. It could have something to do with like temptation or lust. Someone's avoiding 12. Yeah, okay. So I feel like someone's needing to trust the signs that they receive. The little nodes of intuitive hits or song lyrics or telepathic messages. There's some sort of spiritual contract now that's been playing out here. I feel like it's player versus player. That's the contract here. So that's part of their karma, is to deal with someone who's just like them, right? And it could have led them into some difficulty, maybe danger, maybe even like legal issues, court issues. Oof. Someone is, I feel like, being seen as, you know, down and out, maybe feeling ashamed and humiliated. I feel like whoever was out for appearances, I feel like that's backfired now. I feel like they tried to like put an air sign in reverse, but guess what? There's 2 air signs. Like, I'm seeing 2 signs here. I feel like someone ignored the signs. All right, and then what else? Is there something else up? No, okay. Yeah, interesting. And then all these fell over here. Okay, let me pick them up. Someone's having to pick their stuff up. Okay. All right, someone's jealous. Oops. Hold on a second. These are all messed up. I don't like it like that. This is reminiscing. Yeah, we saw that in the other deck. Looking at photos and thinking about like the past. It could be dwelling on it. It could be like a past person dwelling on something, like threatening the person, saying like, hey, I bet you're going to go right back to them, and da-da-da-da-da, and, you know, how can you do that to me after all we've been through? I feel like there's this like push and pull energy. Okay. Well, I'm going to tell them everything you said about them and all the stuff that you've done behind the back. I feel like there's this like threatening. Yeah, look at. No shit. Someone wants to call. They want. I feel like maybe you have them unblocked, or yeah, there's somebody's wanting a conversation here for sure. All right. Yeah. Okay. One last card, and then we gotta go. Yeah. Building a foundation, feeling safe, and starting a family. Maybe there's some truth with this, or maybe this is you. Maybe you are having a fresh start, and that's justice. Justice is playing out. I feel like summertime. I feel like one part of the scale goes up and the other one goes down. I feel like things are finally playing out as they need to. Someone's spending time in court. There's legal matters, divorce, papers, court visits. Okay, there's that pregnancy card. Someone may have been trapped, entrapment, pregnancy test, conceiving, a mother figure. There could be legal issues as it relates to that. So, all right, guys, so I'm going to leave it there. I'll see you on the next one. Okay, so I was going to close this, but I'm being called back to this to finalize messages. So let's do that. All right, there's someone who wants revenge. There's childish behavior, someone wanting to get even, and it's game over. And someone is enjoying the show. Okay. Someone may have a new boo, or seeing somebody new, or there's new love on the horizon, and maybe someone is enjoying one another. Okay. Someone may have like put on a show to get revenge. I feel like they took a risk, or there is risks. Maybe even unsafe decisions. Someone rolled the dice and they weren't really thinking. I'm also getting partner to partner energy here. Yeah. Twin flame energy again. Shared feelings, mirrored energy, your other half, and there's some sort of like reflection of a soul here playing out. All right, what else do we have? We have denial. Someone's not facing the truth. There's a refusal to like give in, okay? And there's like contradicting information and actions. And there's a dismissal here. Someone dismisses things, projects things, like returns them back, like flings them back towards somebody else. Someone, again, looking at photos, thinking about you, dwelling on the past. All right, third party energy, love triangle, situationship, the other woman, the other man, the secret hookup. Yeah, I feel like someone regrets maybe ending a union and wants to reconcile, wanting a second chance. I feel like there's a snake in the grass. I feel like they are with the enemy, and there's talking behind this person's back. There's envious, pettiness, and someone who's very attention seeking. And then I have secrets, exposure, someone's being judged, and the hidden truth is coming out. Yep, and here's the evidence. Law enforcement, maybe gotten in trouble with the law, got caught up when it comes to temptation. I feel like there's maybe a criminal history now. Avoiding 12. Okay, so I feel like the secrets are coming out here. And maybe as a result of these secrets, there's criminal activity. Someone's going to ask you out, maybe even surprise you. Someone's thinking of you. You're on someone's mind. Okay, somebody might be working out, negotiating with you, maybe even wanting to beg and come to terms because they're out in the cold. Okay, they could be looking things up. People like creeping. I remember I was picking up like creeper energy, like stalking energy, online or physical. I feel like there's profile searching, and there could be blocked contact here, or there needs to be blocked contact. And then I have, yeah, around winter could be significant. And then I have get away, run away, run away, run to the sun. It's like run away in the sunset, begin an adventure and go on vacation. I feel like there is something that might be heading your way, and that's communication. You could be awaiting a text or some sort of information, a voicemail. I feel like something is on its way to you, okay? And it might lead to somewhere different, somewhere where you're going on some sort of adventure. Okay, fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. This could be inspiring and motivating. Or someone who's a fire sign is beginning an adventure somewhere else. Okay, I feel like there is some sort of responsibility here. Okay, so focus on what you have in front of you. So there's someone being fake and sneaky, okay, creating fake profiles, hiding themselves, plotting, and there's social media here. Someone's trying to avoid their responsibilities. Earth sign here, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn as well, all signs present. I feel like there's separation here, silence even, there's distance. There's decisions, someone's holding back, they want to come towards you, they're indecisive, but they have procrastinated, or they are a procrastinator, okay? Let's get one more, and then we can close this out. Okay, self-love is the best love. So, you know, your own self-awareness and loving yourself and accepting yourself for who you truly are triggers the shit out of this person. Because I feel like they're on the down low and they're in the closet, and they can't love themselves the way that they would like to because they're so afraid of shame and being themselves, and the secrets that they've been holding are heavy and they would very much like to let them go. And I feel like, you know, someone is maybe not owning up to everything that's been going on with them, and I feel like this is what others are finding out. All right, there's some sort of realization, okay? So you could receive downloads, you could receive information, you could be seeing like confirmations and the spirit world visiting you, giving you these messages, cluing you into what's going on around you so that you are aware. I feel like you can't trust whoever this energy is, collective, so just be aware. All right. And I feel like that's the purpose of this message, is for those who realize that they were with somebody, okay, that, you know, really did a number on them. And I feel like they're still playing a game. They still think that there's a game being played here. And here's the thing, like, you're not into playing games. Like, you're not playing a game, right? So just be mindful, okay? Their emotions are high, right? They're experiencing being left out, and you remember what that feels like, okay? So sometimes people react, okay? So just be mindful of your own actions, okay? And you have free will choice to decide what you allow in your energy and what you don't. Okay, so if they're still playing a game and these people want to reach out and they want to get you involved in their mess, that's up to you whether you want to get involved or not. So just, you know, make sure that you think about it clearly before responding or acting or engaging in any kind of way. I feel like, you know, a lot of this energy is finding themselves in trouble. And so they want help because they're dealing with the justice system. And you're free and clear and they're not. All right. So you don't want to take on their burdens as if they're yours. And they would love that. Believe me. They would love to keep you bogged down somehow. All right. Because they're triggered. Okay. Someone's been caught. They want you to unblock them. They're the ones that are taking all the risks. These are not your risks. You left this, okay? There's secrets, okay? You have something that's coming in that's going to be much better, all right? So let them be in their energy while you enjoy your peace, okay? Protect your peace, okay? Protect your peace for sure. All right, I love you guys. I hope you have the most amazing day. See you on the next one. Bye.